Welcome back. So, oh, let's go check out what Bowl 11 Goal. Hello there, I have a favor to ask. Could you help me get 10 thick leather piece for me? Cobbled henchman dropped them. Thanks a bunch. Okay, so there's that. Oh, what's happening? What's this? Auger. Returning Crimson. Look for hidden dungeon rooms. Alright. Don't know what this is, but sure.
Yo.
Glad to see you two could make it. Look, I wrote in my message. Oh yeah, I want your help with a little dungeon crawl. We're a hidden room somewhere, right? Are you sure there even is one?
そうだよ。
This intel comes from an NPC that knows that area well. They have got no reason to lie. According to the NPC, there was once a noble who was falsely accused and imprisoned. They died, never getting their name cleared. The once pure soul became interested in with hatred, turning into a vicious monster that placed deadly curses on anyone they met. Eventually, a hero came to the lane by the guidance of the sacred tree and sealed the monster in a room, telling me people to never open it. And if you listen closely, even now you can hear a cursed voice hollering from inside, demanding to be let out. But you mustn't please release the seal. For anything the NPC says, you're taking your life into your own hands with that one. Oh, I bet those treasure to find. Players all over scouring every inch of that dungeon, but nothing's turned up. All I know is you'll need to poke your ears up and listen for that voice as you search, meaning you have to walk the old-fashioned way. I'd go with you if I could, but I've got my hands full looking into some other stuff on my end. But I couldn't call myself the rat if I let a good lead unchecked, which is why I decided to enlist the two of you. Would leave such a grim warning for no reason. There must be a nasty monster inside. My money says that on the ghost, skeleton, or mummy. Something along those lines, and I'm sure they'll be real tough too.
よろしく頼む。私に任せて。
Oh, you also said something about an interesting rumor you heard. What was that? I did, didn't I? You ever hear of the Silver Devil by any chance? A quest or something? It's someone making waves among the mid-tier players. Supposedly she's a cold, cruel monster who fights with a demonic sword coated in blood. They say that her sword feeds off her victims, so she slaughters anyone she comes across. Yeah, I thought it wasn't true at first, but it turns out there's a bit of a story behind this rumor. All it mentioned was there's a silver-haired girl who's tough, aloof, and fights with a red demonic sword. But as people started talking about it, they started saying it was cursed and soaked in blood. And then once it spread to multiple floors, it took on a life of its own and changed her into a real monster.
よかった。
That's all. You had me scared from it. It sounds like that demonic sword is real though. That's what I want to know. I tried tracking down the source and came across an acquaintance of that Silver Devil. Her name, location, and all details about the sword are secret, and all I was able to confirm was that she does actually exist. If you ever run into someone like you think maybe her, I'd really appreciate if you could do sleuthing about the sword of hers. I'd make sure to compensate you for your efforts. Those show were an awful lot of people back there, just like Argo said. Lots of people have already been through this area, so I don't think that we'll bump into anyone else. For all we know, there could be some sort of gimmick that everyone else failed to notice. Ah, our first dungeon. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Check it out. Hollow graveyard, eh? Probably the first time I've actually lost some health. Now what? Now what? I got an achievement. What does that noise? It sounds like someone's tapping the wall with something sturdy. Why is she tapping the wall? Never mind that. Look at her. She's got silver hair and she's armed with a red sword. Could she be? Huh? Did you just speak to me? Yeah, we were wondering if you are the Silver Devil. Honestly, it really baffles me just how much that ridiculous name has stuck. I will not deny that some people do insist on referring to me by that name. Yes. Before you get any absurd ideas about me, I want to be clear and say that I by no means refer to myself by that name. I see no need to reveal that information. Seriously? I've never seen a sword like yours before. Is it really cursed and demonic? Is what you think? Then your eyes are in dire need of an examination. Perhaps your head is the problem, seeing as you are so gullible as to not see the truth even with it way in front of your eyes. I was just curious. She didn't mean anything by it. I admit that I was out of line with that previous remark. This sword does possess some rather intriguing properties that I have to change you. In any case, if you have no real business here, I suggest you leave. No good can come from with associating with the Silver Devil. But we do have business here. We were sent by an info broker to investigate a hidden room in a dungeon. Do you not mean the rat, do you? She and I have never met face to face, but I do believe it would be fair to say that most every SAO player knows her. Just how much have the two of you determined about the hidden room exactly? Why would you? Cut it out. It's not nice to tease her. There now we are not strangers anymore, are we? My name is Sanya. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Why are you after the hidden room? can't
にゅ
resist. I
違
have
います
come
わ
to hunt the spirit that lurks inside that room. Or more specifically, I have come for the high quality materials that monsters likely to drop.
なるほど。
If there's a boss waiting inside that room, you are bound to get some rare materials once you beat it. When we all work together to find that room, we can cover more ground and find it faster that way. Investigate the room, yes. Is it one thing for us to exchange information, but we are rivals. Anything more as well. We are just here to confirm the room really does exist and see what's inside. That's all Argo wants us to do. We don't even need the items as long as we get information on what the enemy drops. You are free to have it all. Certain about that. Don't sweat it. The time we are only here on detective work. If it turns out the monster drops something we need, we'll come back for it later.
承知いたしましたわ。
Let us share what we know. For starters, it seems like you think there may be something around this area, right? There's an ever so slight breeze that you can feel in this dungeon, and the direction of the changes only in this vicinity. I believe it is because of the hidden room is altering the current space inside these walls somewhere. The walls make a different sound. That's why you're tapping them.
よろしくお願いいたしますわ。
But keep an ear out for the coast voice. Any luck so far?
困りましたわ
Nothing
ね。
so far. A faint bellowing sound become audible. I didn't hear anything. Stay right where you are. Listening intently to the air around her. No, this is the sound of a breeze coming from a narrow opening above or below the wall. The flu.
まさか。ゼスチ。
Just my luck.
最悪ですわ。
Cool.
大丈夫？
I guess the pot hit is what opens the secret passage to the secret room. There's a ladder and a lamp too. That would explain why we fell. We must have been standing atop the hatch that was concealing the
しっ
passageway.
かりなさって。
Ought to be careful more. I would prefer to not pay the price for the ineptitude again. We have found the room at last, so I suppose I can forgive you just this once.
よろしくて。
Drag me down any further. Fresh meat and warm blood. Return to me what you stole, the proof that I lived. Give it back to
こ
me.
こからが本番でしたよ。
Very well, I have no intention of dying, but if you want to fight, I shall gladly grant one.
私に任せて。
We can handle these enemies. Score of enemies, you say. Perfect, just the way I like it. You are getting in my way. Go after her and make sure she's safe. I'll hold it down the foot. Straight into the enemy horde, swinging her crimson longsword to and fro.
バタク。
It's one down. Vanquish the monster only to be immediately surrounded by thorns and other undeterred, chipping away at her HP.
邪魔ですわ。
I can handle myself just fine. Let's add an ominous light, and she cleaves through two monsters at once. The light begins to envelop Sanya, restoring her HP. How can she ever die like that then?
仕方のない人たちです
That's
わ
why
ね。
I don't require your help. Honestly, the nerve of you people.
魔剣の力。
Enough fooling
見せて
around.
差
Allow
し
me
上
to
げますわ。
demonstrate why they call this blade demonic. As long as she's not completely overpowered, how can she die? Hello, Sanya.
楽しもうね
Dun, dun.
くらえバイバ
すぐに取り返しますわ。
イふざけすぎでしょ
すぐに取り返しますわ。
Boom. Your buddy cleared the dungeon.
たわいありませんこと。
Thrilling little boss that turned out to be. I shall admit it may have proven to be more troublesome had you two not been here to assist me. Claim it to be some sort of blood-sucking blade that grows stronger with each victim that falls, but it's hardly so fearsome. Absorbs enemy HP to heal its owner and gain strength. As it does so, it's a perfectly legitimate sword to me, for me to
すごいな。
I had no idea there were any weapons like that and that could do that. But there was a catch. Should the absorption be interrupted for any reason, the attack reverts to its base stat. It's peculiar sword to handle, to say the least. Hardly everyone is equipped to wield it and take proper advantage of its abilities. It's rare and unique, but people kept badgering me for it. But when I refused, that's when the awful rumors began to circulate.
ごめんなさい。
I didn't realize it was such a low
構わなくっ
tone.
てよ。
If anything, being known as the Silver Devil has made life easier for me in some ways. Returning to the topic at hand, I have the materials I wanted, and you have confirmed the room is
よろしく
this.
て。
That makes us even, yes. Now, I cannot say who knows what the future may hold for any of us. Though I would prefer that you do not discuss me or my sword with others, I realize that's an unrealistic expectation. So if you are going to talk, tell anyone that you got to meet the Silver Devil in the flesh. If you don't want other people to know about your sword abilities, that's okay. We'll respect your wishes.
ごきげんよろし
Well,
ゅう。
that gives me a modicum of hope, I suppose. In any case, I bid good day to you both. But I could tell she was smiling at then. Hopefully, if we ever meet her again, we can actually get to know her properly. Let's say we head back now.
さすがだな。
See, you two did it. Thanks for looking into the hidden room for me. Now I can add it to my guide.
やったね。
Glad we were able to help out. The two of you haven't told me everything you saw there. Don't know why you'd feel like that.
Aww.
Sure you didn't learn anything valuable I might want to know? I'm just messing with you.
大丈夫だ。
Feel something happened, but I know better not than to pry. Whatever it is, I hope you had fun. If you ever change your minds, though, I'm all ears. I'm sure we will be able to share it with you. Sick, that was a nice cheeky dungeon. I'm level 10 now, so. What's that cheating for? Mm.
一緒に頑張ろう。
What are the quests? Assault event? Oh, these are just events, are they? Guild counter? Alright then, thank you all for watching.